What's good, bro?
What's good? Welcome back to the Golden Call, episode 44. Fuck the 9 till 5.
What an intro. What an intro. I'm here for it.
Well, the podcast isn't necessarily saying fuck the 9 till 5. The reason why I've called this podcast Fuck the 9 till 5 is because, and I'm going to say it again, I've said it about 5 times within a minute, because I keep seeing a hashtag on social media from the social media gurus and bros saying, fuck the 9 till 5, sack your boss, so on and so forth. But I don't think they really truly understand what they're saying, because most great entrepreneurs started off at a 9 till 5.
Yep,
You
that's
feel
true.
me?
Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
That was the stepping stone, which created those habits of getting up in the morning, getting organised, going to work for someone. And if you can go to work for someone that you may or may not like, or you're going to a job that you dislike, if you can get up and do that every day, imagine how good you're going to be when you're doing your own shit.
I'm going to bring some counter arguments to you now.
Hit me.
Because I'm a big believer. I'm the same as you, mate. I'm like, it builds work ethic. How you do everything is how you do anything. I'm all about these things,
love
right? That sort of thing. But I'm going to bring a counter argument, because this is what people are going to be saying. There will be some people who have not worked on their mind, and they will be thinking these sort of things. But Ryan, why should I be giving somebody else all
The
of my
suspense
energy?
is killing me then.
Why should I give someone else all of my energy? Surely I should be saving my energy and turning up at 29 past 8 when I'm meant to be in at 8:30 and leaving 5 on the dot, so that I can go put all of my energy into my side hustle.
That's a very good counter argument. But how do you expect to grow your mindset, flourish, and become a positive and aspirational individual if you're doing the bare minimum every single day for someone else before you can jump on your own project? Go there, crush it, smash it, work up through the rankings, get a pay rise. The more money you make working your 9 till 5, the quicker you can leave the 9 till 5.
Yep, true.
Use that shit. Make as much money as you can at your 9 till 5. I used to work weekends, evenings. I took every single shift that I could possibly do, which is actually where I learned about capped income, because I didn't even realize what capped income was until I thought, hang on a minute, I've literally now been working every single hour under the sun. I'm at my limit at what I could make at this job.
So then the other thing is, how do people work on their mindset to get to that level, mate? Because the thing is, nobody's going to be able to wake up. If you've got that mindset of, I'm going to turn up to work at 29 past 8, I'm going to leave at 5, what can you say? What kind of advice could you give to someone if they're thinking, all right, Ryan, I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to, work on my mindset. I'm going to turn up and I'm going to execute for somebody else and work hard for something I don't believe in. Short term. Short term, it's a means to an end. So how am I working on the mindset? What am I thinking? Am I using visualization, manifestation? What's going on here?
Great question. And working on your mindset doesn't mean you have to all of a sudden subscribe to a mindset course and download mindset apps and start getting into deep meditation. No. Your mindset can be created through decent, consistent daily habits, and also just a bit of positive thinking. Look, I'm going to work today at my 9 till 5 because I know this is going to put me one step closer, another day closer to me leaving that job and fulfilling my, what may be at the moment, a side hustle, or maybe even help me get enough money to start my side hustle. So go there, positive. Gosh, this is another day closer today. I'm going to earn some more money today to help me make that leap. So it's all about positive thinking, and positive thinking comes from perspective. So you could go there saying, bloody hell, another fucking day here, another day working for someone else. All I want to do is my own thing. You can go there with that mindset. What abysmal fucking shit. Why would you want to live in that existence?
No, I'm with you.
You have a choice of how you like to perceive and how you like to think in this world. No one has control over your mind. You have that choice.
I'm with you, mate. So here's I'm going to keep throwing these at you. I feel like this is a good little back and forth tennis. But just for the viewers here, I'm a big believer in mindset conquers everything. Just my name's Nick and I run 6 Point Media. All right. So that's what I do. I've got 3 or 4 different income streams that I'm working on at the moment, as well as obviously trading with NextGen, because if you don't, why? It's fucking so simple. And then, yeah, so I'm a massive believer of this. And I got to this sort of stuff purely off of mindset, hard work, and just sheer belief. So I'm going to keep bringing counter arguments, because I feel like that's how some people might be thinking. So I can't believe I've forgotten even what my counter argument to what I was going to. That was it. So you're a trader, mate. So, and you've quote unquote made it. So it's easy for you to say this, Ryan. It's easy for you to say, get up and work in the job you don't like because you've already done it. So how did you, or do you have any stories that you can recollect and tell to help the people out there?
I've got stories. What ones would you like?
Not those ones. Not those ones, mate.
Just the business ones.
Yeah, just the
All
business
right.
ones. Yeah.
Well, life hasn't always been this way. So I'm going to ask you to get your violin out now and start playing your world's smallest violin for me. So I've initially grew up in council estates, which I actually quite liked. I like growing up with that council estate vibe. Good communities around there, you know, like everyone knows everyone. It's good vibes. And although we're living there because my family didn't have much money to go and live anywhere else, I learnt a lot. I learnt a lot from being brought up in these places. And I lived in sort of like, I think it was 14 or 15 different houses by the time I'd left school. So by the time I was 16, moved around a lot of different houses. And literally, I didn't know anything else. So it's not like I'd live in a past life and I lived in one house my whole life. I just thought that was normal. Like, I don't know. Like, we're moving house again. Okay. Like, my mum had split up with my dad and she picked us up from school one day with just a load of clothes and stuff in the car. I was like, oh, what's going on? Oh, we're going somewhere else today. So,
right.
So everyone's got a backstory, right? So doing that, I was just like, all right, yeah, this is cool. Just go with the flow. You know what I mean? Like, I had no control over that situation. So as a young boy, and then obviously growing into a young teenager, why on earth would I let that bother me? So people are like, oh, it's right for you to say now you've made it. But no, everyone's had their struggles, you know. So then from there, I, of course, had to go and get a job, had to earn money from somewhere. So I was 14, lied about my age, said I was 16, so I could go and do silver service, waitering after school in the evenings for £4 an hour, right?
Did you have a full beard back then as well? Is that what you're like?
Wow.
Hello?
Yeah, I literally, like, I think the boss knew that I was, but this is where hard work comes from, right? The boss knew I was 14. I know he knew. Because to pay me, they needed my date of birth, right? So I'd done like a month's work, and I was like, oh, it's like you get paid monthly, right? We need your details, date of birth, and that, so we can pay you. And I just went, shit. So what I'd done, I just like said it really quickly, left it at that, put the phone down, and nothing ever come of it. But I was 14 years old, but I worked my fucking arse off. There was like 25-year-olds there. They were like fully grown men to me at the time. I was 14. I was outworking them. So all we were doing was just waiting on tables, but we'd have to look after our own table of 10. And I would clear my table so quickly, I had to then go on another table and help the people that were falling behind.
Right, okay.
So they absolutely loved me. They knew I was 14. They did not care. I was cheap labour that was working as hard as someone who was fully grown adult, right? But that's because I went there with the mindset, like, all my friends doing paper rounds, getting 15 quid a week. I'm earning 20 quid a night. I was like, wow.
Big stuff, mate.
I was like,
£20 a night at the age of 14.
I thought I was a baller.
Yeah, mate, you were.
So I done that for a while, saved up. Then when I turned 16, I bought my own moped.
Nice.
Yeah. My parents wouldn't get me one, so I bought one myself.
Oh, good man. Good man. That was what my mate was like as well.
Yeah, you got to do it. So get back to the point of the story is like, at first, there's so many things that could be in your way and excuses not to do something. For me back then, when I was 14, I wanted to make more money, didn't really want to do a paper round. I done one for a little bit, and it's fucking graft, mate.
Bearing in mind, just gonna quickly divulge quickly. When you were 14, 16, what year is this?
Oh my God. So this 14 years old, I'm just about to turn 34 next month. That was 20 years ago.
So that's 2002, 2003, right?
2003.
2003, mate. There was no social media.
No.
There was internet is such an infant baby that there's no way you can learn about anything that you can learn about nowadays. No. Now you can have a phone and a Wi-Fi signal.
The free resources available today are absolutely incredible. Incredible free. Every human is essentially a genius. You've got Chat GPT. You've got so many other different AIs that are out now.
Next gen.
Yeah, you've got the next gen trading system. There is so much free resources out there. It's unbelievable. But back then, all I knew was
what I'm saying.
Hard graft.
So I'm assuming all you knew is hard graft. You grew up around hard graft, and then
work
also
hard.
On top of that, because I know that from my limiting beliefs previously, and limiting beliefs is a huge thing. It literally get out your own way.
Well,
It's
limiting
biggest advice.
beliefs, you usually don't even know you've got limiting beliefs because
That's
you've
it.
never even heard of limiting beliefs.
Well, so that's it. So like one of my big things was you had to work hard in a company, choose a good company you want to work with, a career for 20 years kind of thing, work your way through the ranks, then you get to kind of like the bigger kind of things. That's when you get the nice things. I didn't know you could just make money doing
that's the stereotypical
shit.
Yeah, that's the stereotypical school processor in the system way that you have to do life. School, college,
that's
maybe
it.
university if you want to be a doctor or a nurse.
I wanted to be a drummer, so there was no hope for me anyway. I mean, I did it. I went and obviously did it and played festivals and stuff. But like, so going back to this. You were in your 20s, so that's your kind of graft. You've always been around it. When you were in your 20s, then, mate, and you said you were Groundworks beforehand. You're working for another Groundworks company as well as building your fitness thing on the side, right?
Yes.
So for anybody who didn't obviously know, then Ryan had a fitness course before. If you obviously do, skip that part. But what was the mindset, mate, when you're turning up? Because that's what I think you should be telling the listeners right now is when you were doing the groundwork stuff and then hustling your 9 to 5 afterwards until the early hours in the morning to use the Wi-Fi to build your gym course.
Yes.
That's the gold, mate. That's what I want to hear.
So even throughout my teens, I tried different kind of like mini businesses, just dipping my toe in the water, massively under financed just with some money that I had saved up from working. But I was always working 7 days a week. You can ask any one of my friends. I've done 7 days a week for 2 years apart from over Christmas. That was my longest ever stretch. And that's evenings as well, some evenings. Just like, you're young. I was like late teens, early 20s, like when I was working this hard. I had the energy to do it, and I was still going out partying with my boys.
Nice.
Yeah, we're still going out,
My man.
drinking 3-4 times a week,
My
mate.
guy.
And I was still getting up at work every single day, no matter what. I never took a day off. And so I tried a few different like side businesses. Few things work, few things don't. Just trying kind of it was more of a learning curve than anything, right?
Yeah.
None of these things were ever going to make me like a millionaire that I was trying. And then I was massively into my fitness, got in really good shape, and I lived in the gym, loved it. So absolutely loved the gym. And then I thought, right, I can most probably monetize this because there's not many online stuff out there with like PTs, etc. So I started building like an online database of all my workouts, and I was going to turn it into an app. So like, this is when like apps were just kind of like getting out there on the scene and starting to get popular. So yeah, this looks good. So started doing that, and then I was like, I didn't have Wi-Fi at home, so I was like, how can I use Wi-Fi?
Mate, sorry to jump in there. What a privilege to have Wi-Fi now as a standard.
Yeah, mate, it's everywhere, mate.
Absolute standard.
As a standard.
Even if you don't have it, go to Starbucks. It's there, mate.
It's literally like you are connected.
Sorry, but yeah, carry on. So
I was like, shit, how can I do this? And like, I didn't have a computer at home. I only had an iPad, so I had to edit these videos and stuff. So I was like, well, where I work, they have an office. And so I literally got the key for the office, went there after work to 2 a.m. every single day, about Monday to Friday this was, editing my videos and uploading them on their Wi-Fi, which was super fucking slow. So in the office, I had all different computers. I had one computer uploading, one computer editing, using their stuff. Again, using the 9 till 5 job, right? Using it to build this platform. And then I got stabbed.
oh my God, what a transition.
So all that work for nothing. But I give up?
I love how I'm sat here like, what's the mindset when you go into a job like this, mate? Like, how were you thinking when you were working in the groundworks? And you've just dropped that bombshell. Come back to it. Let's go back from the stabbing.
Okay,
for
so
2 seconds.
So my
what was your mindset? Top
was
3
like
tips, mate.
Like, I am creating here. Keep working, Ryan, because you're going to work really hard now. Then you're going to create passive income, which is going to take little effort, little of my time, right? So if I can make more money using less of my time, that's a win. And also I can make more money without my time being capped. So for example, if, I don't know, you're a personal trainer, there's only so many one hour people you can teach in a day. It's 24 hours in a day. 8 of them, you're most probably sleeping, then you got to have lunch breaks, stuff like that, right? Commuting to your gym. So there's only so many sessions you can get in. That's capped income. There's no more hours in a day. That's it. You're done. But with creating something online, whether that be trading, a course, an app, whatever it may be, you're now reaching out to billions of people across the planet. And I just saw this. I was like, this is amazing. One, You're helping people straight away. They've got instant access to the value that you're offering them for your own life experiences.
Yep.
So with that being said, I've watched courses in my life because I knew it would get me somewhere quicker rather than me have to learn the hard way on my own.
Well, I had a really good example for someone the other day, right? I did a music production degree. Waste of money if anyone's doing it, but I did it to waste time because I was in a band that was touring, so I needed something to kind of do just to keep like people like my parents off my back.
Yeah.
But the thing is, everything that I did in that degree was like £6,000 to £9,000 a year, right? So you think 3 years of that is we're racking up like nearly 30k just on
student
uni.
loan debt.
For £1,000, if I pointed you in the correct way, like courses, a few plugins, for £1,000 you could learn the same shit.
Yeah, there you go.
It's mad.
Yeah,
Courses
it's mad.
are mad, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable true value there.
Self education's good. Having or being able to get direct access to the correct knowledge without having to navigate through all the crap is speed. So you get that quicker, right?
Fully.
So I'm thinking, yeah, this is a great idea. So I'm going back to work after work to use their resources to build this database for online fitness.
So I guess if I'm translating the stories here for top tips, first top tip would be use resources from your 9 to 5. Use and abuse the 9 to 5.
Well, if you can, I mean, not everyone's got that luxury of having those resources around, but you've got to be a hustler.
But you also got to think, mate, because
You've
you
got to be a
were in a
hustler. There's stuff around
groundworks
you.
company.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you were in an office block. Like
No.
so many people work in office blocks now.
Yes. And also, if you actually speak to people and say, look, I really want to do this, but I don't have X at the moment to be able to do that. Not money, like a computer, right? Let's say something simple. And you ask someone that's got a computer, do you mind if I come to your office at these hours when no one's there and all I'm trying to do is create a side business? They'll say yes. Honestly, like
Mate,
people are
into
happy
it.
to help.
Yeah, 100%.
And they've got lots of respect for people that are trying to create their own business, their own side hustles. Especially me, I've got respect for anyone that's trying to break out because I know how hard it's hard. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that is easy because it's hard. It's hard on the mindset because for so long, I got nowhere. I got nowhere for so long. And I just kept trying. I thought, Ryan, it's inevitable. If you just keep going, you keep trying, you will eventually succeed. If you stop, you guarantee that it will never happen.
Yeah, that's it. Quitting is the ultimate failure. That's the whole thing, isn't it? The moment you quit or the moment you stop, there's 0% probability, 0% probability
Zero.
of actually getting through anything.
And I'll tell you a really good truth right now. Even now, to this day, with business, when I'm going through things, my mind always goes back to little lessons that I've learned from all the little failures. I think, I know how to overcome this. So I can overcome most problems relatively quickly, like the little trivial day-to-day stuff which I'll be like, shit, I don't know how to overcome this. I know how to overcome it from trying for years and years and years. And just keep banging on that wall until I broke it down. And all the lessons that I've learned, still now, I think, I know how to do that. I've encountered this problem before.
Yeah.
I know how to overcome it. So experience.
I've got a second. Do you know what? I'm going to jump in with a second top tip of why 9 to 5 is important.
on,
You
then.
don't know who you're going to meet.
Exactly.
So, like-
that's good.
And I didn't work a 9 to 5 like traditionally, like turn up at 9, leave at 5. I worked in a co-op, mate. So, but when I worked at that co-op, I was speaking to every single person who came in who literally lived in that village because I taught guitar and drums at the time. And every time I was talking to someone, they asked me what I really did. I told them I was in a touring band and that I taught guitar and drums. And literally, I got 10 or 12 different clients just from working there for my side hustle.
Free networking.
And then when I went and created 6 Point Media to do all the commercial filming and branding and social media and everything like that, I got 5 of my biggest clients at the time came straight off the back of the people who I just knew in the area because I networked whilst I was there.
Making the most of your situation.
That's it, mate.
You've
Talk
got
to
to
people.
have that hustler mentality and get creative with stuff. Like if you're a go-getter, you will 100% make the most out of any opportunity that comes your way. Again, it's perception
That's
of
it.
the world,
That is
and you can be like, oh, this is so shit. Why is this happening to me? This is happening to everybody. People just see it differently. You can play
Love
the
that.
victim card, or you can be a fucking fighter.
Love
it's as
that,
simple
mate.
as that.
Absolutely love it. So
Simple as that.
that's 2 tips there. So utilize your
Utilize any surroundings you have
There you go.
and absolutely milk the hell out of anything your 9 to 5 has to offer you to help you leave that 9 to 5.
second one, network, make friends. So what's the third tip, mate?
Yeah,
What's
second one, definitely talk to people, communicate. Also, if you need help in any aspect, if it's just someone letting you use their computer or some sort of resource, whatever it may be, they might have a camera, you need to get some content, Ask them. Like,
That's it, mate.
People will help you. All right. And it's free. You do not ever want to go out, right, and start buying, if you've got some money or you get a credit card or some debt, do not go and do that to start a business or start buying up laptops, computers, tools, whatever it is. You don't even know that this business is going to work yet. You haven't earned a penny from this business yet.
Yeah.
So don't start going and spending money before you've even earned it. That's so important as well. I made that mistake so many times. Right, I'm going to start a business. Right, accountant, I'm going to register a company. I need to go and get a bank. I need to go and get X, Y, and Z tools. I need to go and buy that equipment. Before I knew it, I was £1,000 in the hole, wasted loads of time and energy. I haven't even got one fucking client yet. What am I doing?
What,
know what I mean?
what was that for?
So that was for, funny enough, the fitness thing.
Yeah.
Right? So the fitness program. I started going out buying, I bought a camera. Expensive one, didn't fucking need it, didn't really have the money to do that.
Yep.
I could have got away with a basic camera for what I was doing. Not quite a phone camera back then, they weren't as great, but I could have got away with just a basic second-hand camera from a second-hand electrical store. Easily. Then when I started getting clients coming in, then I could have upgraded to better camera to make better content, right?
Yep.
So stuff like that. You have to be nimble, and even if you've got money, you've got to think like you're poor. Because I know people, and I actually know a guy at the moment, starting a business, loads of capital behind him. He's spending money left, right, and centre. And I'm going, oh my God, he hasn't even got a client yet. He's spending bags, mate. Bags. I've got a team doing this. I've just bought all this equipment. I'm like, oh my God. I ain't got the art to tell him. Because he's a bit older than me, and he thinks he knows best. And
Yeah.
you know, it's not my position to try and teach him the suckhead, so to speak, and I'm not going to be that guy. So I'm just like, oh mate, sounds good.
But
like,
from your experience.
from my experience,
So even when you got bags, think poor.
think poor, yeah. If you've got bags of money and you're just about to start a brand new fresh business, do not waste money thinking, right, let's bring it back to basics, right? You got loads of dough to spend on your business. Brilliant, fantastic, right? So you go out and buy all the best equipment. Everything, right? You just got yourself an office. You got the best Macs going on. You got the MacBook Pros, the best microphones, everything that you can need. You got all the proper gamer chairs, so you're comfy. Everything. You've just spent 30 racks kitting out this office, right? Where's your client? Have you even got a client yet?
Have you got a marketing funnel?
Have you got invoices coming in? All this equipment is not going to get you work. No one sees that. That's behind the scenes. Your first protocol is, right, I'm fucking good at what I do. Let's show people.
Yep.
Let's get some business through the door.
Yep.
Right. For example, I don't know, you're a content creator, right? So you want to do something to help market a local company. So you'd go to them and say, look, I'm a content creator. This is what I'm doing on my own content. I will do some work for you for free for a week just to show you what I can do. Like, yeah, no worries. That sounds great. If you're happy... So at this point, you could just be using a mobile phone, right? So, but if you're happy with what I'm doing, I charge this much up front, and then I'll manage it every month. And they go, yeah, no worries. They're happy with what you've done. They think, yeah, this is brilliant. It's only using a phone. Imagine what I can do with a 4K camera. They pay you some money, go buy a camera.
Yep.
You've now just got a camera from their money. You're shooting better content for them. They're even more happier. They're going to tell their friend who also owns a business. You've got to be fucking hustler.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Yeah, there's so many ways to do things right and do things wrong. And for me, I truly believe if you're just starting out a business and you're trying to get away from your 9 to 5, do it on a shoestring budget. And then once you start getting money coming in, you slowly start to upgrade stuff. And that's how you build a strong company, starting off the right way, being nimble. Once you start flooding cash into a company that you don't know is going to work yet, guess what happens? You're under pressure now. Fuck me, I've got like 20 grand invested in this. Oh my God, I hope this works out. You're under pressure. Someone can start a company for 20K. I reckon I could do it for 2.
I'm going to hold you to that. We should try that as a challenge next year.
I bet you I can.
Okay, so that's starting a business, mate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hold you to that. Doing 20K versus 2K.
100%.
But I'm going to bring you back in. You're the man. You're the man of the moment here. Bringing in the mindset, dropping bangers to do with starting businesses. I'm here for it.
Okay.
What's tip number 3, mate? If I'm in my 9 to 5 right now, and I need to solidify that good mindset, work on my side hustle, or figure out how I want to get out of it. What am I thinking? Why am I going for that good mindset? Why am I turning up 15 minutes before my shift? Why am I leaving when the work is done rather than bang on the time?
I'm going to tell you exactly what I done, down to the absolute blueprint.
I'm here for it, mate.
Of what I done. So first of all, I had this absolute clean, clear, precise vision in my mind of exactly what I wanted to achieve. So I wasn't just swimming around in the ocean, pondering around, not sure what I wanted to do or where I wanted to go. You would never see the ship leave the harbour with no destination. It'll end up running out of fuel and just drifting around, going nowhere, right? And unfortunately, a lot of people are doing that with their lives. That ship needs to leave the harbour. It needs to know the exact destination it's going if it's ever got a chance of making it, right? So the first thing you have to do is have a very clean, clear vision of exactly what you want and where you're going and where your end goal is. Now, just a bit of hindsight for you all, that end goal is going to change a lot. The more you progress, the more you break flow's limiting belief, that end goal gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The end goal is never attainable. Believe me. It's if you've got a go-getter mindset and you're ambitious as fuck and motivated as fuck, you will never reach your end goal for as long as you live.
So, Ryan, what's the point of setting a goal then if I can't even hit that end goal? Before, I was going to say, I'm coming in with I'm trying to think of like what people would say if they wanted to come in with that negative thing.
Nicky.
What I was going to say, lay it on me, mate. But what? Give me that top three. Give me that tip 3, mate. You said you knew exactly. You have it. You have your story of how you did it.
I have exactly of how I
Come
done
on,
it. So,
ship's got a destination plugged in.
I'm
Let's
telling
go.
you right now, but there's a few things that need to make sense first. So 100% clean, clear vision in your mind, right? Then you have to be motivated. And how I done that, I used to, not so much now. I still do now, but not as much. All the fucking time I was playing motivational clips on YouTube.
Yeah, I knew someone else who did that.
Hand of God, right? Motivational clips on YouTube, motivating the hell out of me. And every time I'd get tired, I think, fuck, I've had a gut load today. There's so many days you're going to get like that. Like, I've had a gut load. I just want to go and chill out. And I think, no, this is now where you got to step up. When you feel like this, if you're feeling down and out and you can step up at that point, that is the type of person that fucking makes it. I promise you, if you're feeling down and out, think, I've fucking had a gut load today, I'm sick of it, I want to go home and crack open a beer, and you do that, you ain't going to make it. It's at that point, it's showtime. It's at that point you have to get up and say, no, I'm pushing on, second win now, let's go. And you carry on. I said earlier in the podcast, you've got to be a fighter.
So second one, I'm going to translate for you. I'm going to be your translator. Is create your own motivation. So it's building habits, mate. That's at the end of the day. Motivation is like a spark plug. Habits, the engine. So the motivation sparks the engine to run, but you got to have the engine there. You got to build those habits. You got to build that engine.
Yeah, but you've also got to know where you're going.
But 100%. That's step number one, mate. That's your sat nav.
Yeah, because that's what keeps you locked in. Like, all right, I'm getting closer. And then once you know where you're going, guess what? You can make a plan how to get there. Once you have a plan how to get there, you're on the fucking move, mate. And it's just down to you how much energy, time, and effort you want to put in. Because everyone says work smart, not hard, right? But at first, you've got to fucking work hard.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm telling you, you have to work hard at first. And then once you've built XYZ around you, like a business and systems, and now you've got more capital and you're doing things that work, it's bringing in money, then you can start automating shit. Then you can start working smart. Then you've got people working for you. You can delegate certain jobs. Then you're working smart. But at first, you're doing everything on your own, and you have to work hard.
I've got another little story here for you as well, and this is for traders. If you are running your own, like if you're in a 9-to-5 at the moment, and you're thinking, I really want to get out of this, and the whole fuck 9-to-5, I think is absolute bollocks, because you got to work on that mindset all the time, especially in trading.
Yeah,
you could use something like NextGen to get yourself out of that 9-to-5, right? You could buy into NextGen.
Oh, yeah.
You could hook it up.
And it's happening.
It's all the time, mate. And then you can literally get into a funded account, but wait until you pass that funded account. Work on yourself. Work on your 9-to-5. Get a good amount of capital in, and after a year, that's it. You can bang the job out of the way. The thing is, though, you still need to have that good mindset, even in the 9-to-5, to carry on into trading, because I've seen it time and time again in the last month, especially. NextGen is a trading tool, which is brilliant, but and it will be able to like get you to escape the 9-to-5, but you still have to have a good mindset with it, because it's still trading at the end of the day. So you're still going to get things that happen that you need a good rock solid mindset for. And if you come off the back of the fuck 9-to-5 mindset and you want to leave your job and you want to go buy a Ferrari and you've got a really shitty mindset with, I'm going to leave at 5 because that's what I'm worth, the entitlement, you're going to literally get nowhere with trading, and it's going to chew you up. It's going to shit you out. So
big time.
That's Nicky T's 2 cents. I'm out. See you later.
But no, honestly, you're right. And we going on to the trading mindset. Like a lot of my mindset did develop back in the early days, just through struggles and of trying to really make it, failing a lot of the times, and then going back to getting stabbed, and we'll elaborate that on a bit more. I'd been working my arse off, built this whole fitness app that I wanted to launch, etc. And then I went up to London to get some guys started on a groundwork job one Saturday morning. It was March the 5th, 2016. And a guy come up to me at a cash point at 5 to 9 in the morning in Lewisham and put a knife straight through my right pectoral, which nicked the main artery from the heart.
Just for reference here,
Mm-hmm.
this was an unprovoked knife attack.
Yes, completely unprovoked, yeah. Just walked up to me, knife straight in. Absolute nutter.
Unbelievable.
Got sent down for it. And yeah, so I then, because the adrenaline that hits you is phenomenal, like nothing you ever experienced. And it's an odd feeling. It feels like you've just been punched really hard. But once you see the blood squirting out, which it actually does, like in the films.
Yeah, that's because
he nicked the artery, so the pressure.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Artery,
That's good.
Right? It's insane. But then he comes back at you again with a knife, so you got to turn around, and you're actually running for your life while losing a shitload of blood, and you're getting weaker and weaker, and so your running's getting slower and slower, and you're thinking, I hope this guy stops chasing me, which luckily he did. I then obviously fell to the ground, and someone came over, called the police, the ambulance. The rest is history. But that was a very hard road for me mentally to, one, accept, because I was in really good physical shape. I just built this fitness app, obviously based around me and kind of, I suppose, my kind of quote unquote success as a physique guy that I kind of wanted to attain at the time. That was an hour no-goer, because how could I promote that? I've got a right pec that doesn't work anymore. It's like a sack of water sitting there, right? Because the nerve endings were cut. So I can't contract or work out my right pectoral anymore. So that was down the drain. So I was like, right, I definitely want to do something online still. And I was in recovery for months. I had to have a full sternotomy. I've got 18 inches of scars on my chest. And that's where trading came into it.
So do you think like you could get through that because of the mindset you had, mate?
Well, 100%. So
the bounce back mindset.
The bounce back mindset. So laying in the bed in hospital, it's after a few nights and like you're on so much drugs, like you don't get a proper sleep. They come and get you at like 3 a.m. for an X-ray because they have to, and I totally respect that. Like, so if you are asleep, you're getting woken up most of the time, and there's loads of noises in hospitals as well. But the NHS were fantastic. But I generally had like a bit of insomnia anyway, and that was hard, man. Just not being able to sleep and stuff. That's difficult. And I had a lot of time to think, just lay there on my own. And because visiting hours are only a couple of hours a day or whatever it is. I'm not sure what it is now, but it was back then. And I was just like, this can make you or break you right now. You can either let it eat you from the inside out, or you forget about who you was, what you're doing, and your journey starts now. The bounce back journey, the fight. This is it. And I said, I want the latter. I'm gonna fight. So I was like, let's go. and that was it. I literally switched off all the fucking self-pity shit and fuck that shit. All the fitness, how you looked, because it took years to get that sort of physique that I had, and the effort I put into build this side business, my side hustle. I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
So that whole self-pity thing, I'm assuming you still got the really negative thoughts. Obviously, like, come on, like you're human, mate. So surely you got negative thoughts kick in, and then you were like, nah, sharp brain.
Perception. So now, well, let me just go back before I say this next bit. I truly believe, from my experiences in life, no matter how much it hurts us at the time and we can't see it, everything happens for a reason. And we only realise that something happened for a reason. It could be a week later, it could be months later, it could be years later. But only looking back, we realised it happened for us, not to us. So me getting stabbed led me on a completely different path of becoming a trader instead of trying to be this fitness guy that I was trying to be at the time, right? So led me on this completely different path to becoming a trader, and I'm more happy than ever now. And I would never be here in where I find myself now today, with my partner. We got 3 kids. Business is going okay. Like I'm really just generally really happy, and I would not be right here now in this moment of time if it wasn't for me being stabbed. So I'm thankful that happened, and I'm not a religious guy whatsoever, right? But the world, the universe works in mysterious ways. And for me, how committed I am, and I like to think I never give up. I keep going no matter what. No matter how hard that fitness business would have been, I would have stuck at it because I'm not a quitter, right? So for me to not stick with that, a big thing in my life would have to have happened to take me off of that course that I was on, that path that I was on. Something like getting stabbed and nearly dying on the side of the road. that was the jolt, right?
That's so mad.
That was the jolt. Like nothing else would have stopped me saying I can't pursue that anymore. So that path obviously wasn't the right path for me. Bang! I got the jolt, recorrected my path to where I am now.
Mate, yeah, the universe works in mysterious ways. And
Very
it
mysterious ways.
also this is the thing, a lot of people get worried about making the jump from a 9 to 5 into their hustle. And I recklessly, I mean, I wouldn't have had it any other way, recklessly left my job with no savings, no nothing. I had 2 clients maybe lined up, and then I just fucking went for it. But I knew I needed to be in hot water, mate. Like I was the same as you, hard belief.
Yeah, you can work well under pressure.
And pressure creates diamonds, mate.
But
Pressure creates diamonds.
the good thing is, right, if you're on a 9 till 5 and you leave that 9 till 5, guess what happens if things don't work out? If you try and do your own business and it doesn't work out,
You go back to the 9 to 5.
You go straight
well, that's
back.
the thing. It's
the 9
nowadays,
till
mate.
5 is always there.
Nowadays, mate, it's called the Western failure. Do you know what
Western failure?
A Western
Go on,
failure is somebody, if they fail in their side hustle, the worst case scenario, what's the fucking worst case scenario that happened to you? You'll have most likely a roof over your head from some family or friend member.
Yep.
And you'll have some kind of food on your plate.
100%.
That is a Western failure.
Yeah.
That is literally what it is.
You may have lost a little bit of money trying to start your side hustle, but if you listen to my advice, I think it was tip number 2, you wouldn't have spent too much.
That's it, mate. That's it.
But you have every chance of making it in this world.
But this is what I'm saying.
Every chance.
The mindset of jumping from that 9 to 5 into my side hustle, the universe working in mysterious ways. The universe doesn't like gaps, and it doesn't like if you have given yourself that purpose and you are wholehearted belief and you're trying and you're working. I'm not saying you're just sat here manifesting it. There's action behind it,
Yep.
and you're going for it. The universe will fill that hole, mate. The universe will plug that gap for you, and you will make fucking money. You will make clients, and you will kill it. You just have to have the belief.
Believe, exactly.
That's it, mate.
You have to
believe. We believe, my guy.
But
There's
also,
gospel up in here.
this is one other little thing that I used to do. I've said this so many times in different podcasts. On my alarm tag on my phone, right, in the morning,
Yeah.
I'd have a little kind of reminder on there for me. You know what I mean? About my goal, my current goal, like my mini goal with my big goal that I was working on. Like,
Really?
like you're going to get X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? You are going to do this. Like, so I'd have like little reminders. Like when I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing that I see. And that used to really happen. Like, yes, I'm going to do this today. And I'm kind of manifesting stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to do this. And you have to keep believing that you can do it. And what I think's great about this world, there's millions of people that have already achieved what you want to achieve. They're proof that it's doable.
That's it.
And you might look at them now going, yeah, but now they've got a team. They didn't start like
That's
that.
it, mate.
Everyone starts with one follower on
Mate.
social media. Everyone starts with £1, right, in their bank. Like,
Mate, it's
you know.
Gary Vee was saying it lately in a lot of his content, mate, and he would listen to the people who would say, oh, it's all right for some, or they've got a team, or I don't have this, or I grew up in this scenario, so on and so forth. He would listen to that if there wasn't so many people who had already done it
Exactly.
from every single background in the world.
Every background.
And like super success. Like you look at Francis Ngannou, mate, walked from Cameroon and from Cameroon to France,
Yeah.
like walked, like took like lifts, left, right, and center. He was hitchhiking. That dude, he was 10 years old in the salt mines at
And
10.
people talk about hardship.
And this guy, he knew there was a better life for himself, so he managed to get himself to France, which is where he started to learn to fight, and now he became the UFC world title.
Yeah.
Like,
See?
Dude, come on.
He believed
Unreal.
and he was a fighter. Look, come on, it's all coming together now.
and he's also like, dude, crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
So, guys, if you're looking to start a secondary income stream, you want a side hustle, you want to move away from your 9 till 5, this isn't something which is going to happen overnight. You've got to work on it, keep working on it. Have a vision, first of all, right, this is what I want to achieve. Number 2, get a plan. Number 3, believe in yourself. Number 4, use every resource you've got available to you. And don't go out and buy loads of stuff. You don't need to go and buy loads of stuff. I actually used to use that as an excuse, and I called myself on my own bullshit. Well, I can't do that yet because I need this to be able to do that. I was just bullshitting myself, putting obstacles in the way. Your brain will try and do that to you because your brain wants to be nice and cozy in your comfort zone at your 9 to 5 with your guaranteed income every Friday or every month that your boss is paying you. But that's a capped income. You've got to get away from that. You need uncapped revenue streams. Then the more money you're making from different revenue streams, the more time you're going to have on your hands to enjoy spending that money with the people you love, doing the things that you love doing. Now that is life.
Amen.
Amen to that, brother.
Amen, mate.
And that's definitely going to end of the podcast on that note.
Nice one.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you in the next episode.